I'm going to attempt to survive 100 days on an abandoned survival island. But it's not just a survival island. Since it's 1.17, there's new caves, which means it's going to be even harder. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, because this is only the beginning to my channel. Anyway, here's how it started and how I survived 100 days on an island. On day 1, it's really important to go get wood straight away, so thankfully I did have a tree, and that's what I did. I got a birch sapling out of that, and I decided to make some wooden tools for now. I did only get one birch sapling out of it, but it's fine. After that, I thought it'd be good to go underground and see if I could get some resources, which I did. I made some stone tools and got a little bit of iron. I also went outside to the water, and I found some copper, which is probably useless to me, but copper's shiny, so. I didn't realize how quick it was night though. I decided to go underground and get even more resources. I thought this was the safest way for now. And after a while, I thought it was day. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and I went back up. And I thought it would be smart to go risk it. That was way too close to death, but I really need to go get some food. I don't know why I didn't get any before. Day 2, I was really curious of my surroundings. I wanted to look around and see if there was any mainland or any land in general near me. I did find some desert area, but it's kind of useless. I then went down into a cave and got attacked by a witch. Unfortunately, she poisoned me, so I had to strike until I killed her. I'm not risking it, and I need that healing potion. After that, I thought I might as well get out. I'm not risking it just to go get some iron and dying. Fortunately, with the iron I did grab, I was able to make 2 pieces of armor, and I had an iron pickaxe and sword. This is good for now, because on a survival island, a lot of mobs spawn, so I always have to be prepared. Anyway, I kept searching for land and didn't find any. Fortunately, on day 3 though, while I was searching, I found a pirate ship. I went to go loot and see if there was anything good, and it was a buried treasure, so I went back after that. Day 4 was looking pretty good. I had more saplings now, and I decided to plant them. I also tried leveling out the grass and killing more fish. They also dropped bone meal, which makes no sense at all, but I'm not complaining. Like, they can die, even though they're just vibing. Eventually, some of my trees did grow, and I got so many saplings out of this. This meant I could actually start working on a tree farm, which is what I ended up doing that day. I just wanted to make sure it was safe, which, as you can tell, I was really bad at doing that. Like, I went down to 4 hearts. Come on, it's day 4. Are you kidding me? I can't be doing this. Day 5 to 11, I wanted to start working on a house. I needed some area to survive, you know? I don't even have a bed. So I really spent these days making sure I had an efficient house. And I know at the moment it kind of looks like an Amazon delivery box, but as long as it's working, as long as I can sleep in it and not die. Oh wait, I don't have a bed. But I realized I could kill spiders and get string. This means I can make a wall. Thank God, I won't have to deal with phantoms all the time. Like seriously, who added phantoms to the game? Wait, we did it. Day 12 to 17, I went on a little adventure. You know, since it's 1.17, I wanted to go visit some more caves. Some big caves too. On the way, I did find an abandoned portal, but that's not what we were looking for. So after that, I strolled around, and I think I found a water cave. These caves were really valuable. I made sure to make doors so I can go grab iron. I went to go get iron on the outside of the water cave because I am not going in unprepared. I'm making sure I'm prepared now. I've been in so many situations where I have not been ready, and I'm changing that. I am not dying. So after smelting it was worth it, I got prepared because I got iron armor, and I found diamonds right when I got in. This was so lucky. What wasn't lucky though was all these skeletons and mobs spawning. Like, I don't know, I just hate mobs. Comment down which mob you hate. I went to go grab some more ores like coal and iron, but I finally went below 0 and went to Grimstone. This is a really cool block that's been added to the game, but I made sure to be safe. So many mobs spawn at this area, so diamonds are even harder to get, but I managed to go through it and grinded some Grimstone for decoration. Day 18 to 20, I realized my tree farm wasn't really a tree farm. I wanted to change it a bit, so I decided to make it a little bit bigger. I decided by making it larger and actually adding some wood decoration. This includes using the Grimstone, and with all of that, it made a really nice touch to it, and I was actually happy with how it looked. And since I finished that early, I thought, why don't I add some decorations to my house? Why don't I make it look a little bit nicer? And with that, I thought of making a second floor for my house. Day 21 to 23, this was my plan. To expand my house, I added some little slabs to make it nice, and I used all the wood that I got from my tree farm. Thankfully, it grew pretty fast over time. Honestly, I don't even think I'm good at building, but adding these stone brick slabs to the end of it makes it look nicer. It's actually looking good since most of my buildings are weird, but not as weird as someone talking to himself on a stranded island. Oh wait, that's me. After that, I decided to add a farm. I needed to go get wheat some way, but due to our island, I was low on supplies. I had to make sure this wheat counted. Thankfully, the Minecraft god Desesko, yes I am the god, had a surprise for me. While I was slaying the undead, I found 2 sheeps. This was good news, so on the next days, I started making a farm for these sheep. I decided to look nice with a copper wool, but I did change it because it looked kinda stupid over time. Anyway, I went back into the cave and got some obsidian. I really needed it, but I spent most of the time getting copper, but also fighting the undead, you know, it's the usual around here. What is unusual is I found some land with sugarcane. This was actually really good because now I can start a sugarcane farm. Day 28, I made babies. And yes, you don't need context for that. But otherwise than that, I decided to level out my island. I wanted to look a little bit nicer, and it looked really out of place. So I had to change that. Like, if I'm dying on an island, I'm dying on an island that looks nice. On day 29, I thought it'd be a cool idea to add a dock. But where on earth am I gonna go? Hey, it looked nice, okay? It added a little feature. So that's why I added it. I just kind of worked on it. It took me a while though, because I didn't really know how to make one. I decided to add little stuff to it, like adding dirt below it. And I know the dirt's floating, guys, it's Minecraft, come on. I also decided to go make a stream of river, just to go separate the other island. Day 30 to 35, I needed resources, so I spent a lot of time going to get wood from my tree farm. I ended up mining the whole tree farm, which was crazy. I did plant all the seeds back though, which took a while. But my island needed more features, so after that, I continued to work on a bridge. I decided to make this bridge go all the way up to the top of my island. I really want all my bridges to connect. I also decided to go add logs on the side, and I accidentally placed stone on it. That's just a Desesko moment in a nutshell. But once I noticed the zombie villager's there, I realized I can cure him. Well, I thought at least. I went to go make a golden apple and trap him. I thought if I could cure this villager, I could go sane since I'm not the only one stranded here. I made a gold apple without realizing I need a potion of weakness. Sadly, I lost the villager. Rest in peace, zombie villager. Day 36 was a pretty simple and just scrap day in general. I really wanted to make an area for my Nether portal, so I laid it. Day 37 to 40 was a different story. I finally went deeper and made it to the Nether. The Nether is such a deadly place, so I always have to be careful. I looked around at my surroundings and saw if there was anything special near me. Unfortunately, there wasn't, and thought since there's nothing resourceful, I might as well get some resources and make it useful. I then decided it was time to go back. Day 41 to 43 made me learn my actions going to the Nether. I only had iron armor. This is when I started thinking about getting diamonds. But at this time, I wasn't worried about that. I just really wanted to decorate my Nether portal and work on a longer bridge. I decided to go with a cobblestone look and matching the island and adding a few lanterns to it. It looked pretty nice and I was quite happy with it. Day 44, I kinda added a bit of lighting to the area so not as much mobs would spawn. This is really important. I was so sick of mobs coming up to my doors. I also added oak leaves because you can add oak leaves to anything and it just looks nice. I don't care what anyone says, it's true. But this day was really a scrap day. It was just adding a little bit of detail and making my island a little bit safer. Even though sadly, the undead is the only company I have on this island. Day 45 to 50, I had to start these days with getting wheat, so I can even make more babies. Also, a lot of my sugarcane started growing, so I placed a lot of it around my island. But that's not important. Now it's time I went into action and actually got some better loot. I really needed to go back into the Nether and get ready to fight the dragon. But on that way, I found an amethyst geode. I know I pronounced that so wrong, but I wasn't the only one who found this. I'm just wondering, how did a creeper get in the water? But these apparently were pretty rare, so I wanted to collect these blocks. Although they were pretty useless, I really like how they looked, and I ended up using these for some decoration onto my survival island. Over time again, I went and found another water cave. I went on the outside and grabbed some coal, but I always brought doors with me, just in case. I'm always prepared. One thing I wasn't prepared though, was this fall. I went down this hole, and I realized I unlocked the Grimstone area again. This meant there's more mobs to challenge, but more diamonds to collect. I went and fought for my life. There's 2 skeletons facing me, but I had to face them head on, both of them shooting at me at the same time. I took them out one by one, and after that, I was able to collect my diamonds as my reward. After that, the undead didn't get easier. I had skeletons and zombies everywhere. I had so many near-death experiences where I could have died, but I'm always prepared for these. I make sure I strive and survive. There was so much to explore in these caves. I was frightened by how massive they were compared to the old ones, but I found tons of diamonds, especially these ones. I had like tons of mobs guarding them, and I was worried, but I knew if I killed these mobs, I could get a hefty amount of diamonds. Although my shield broke, I faced a challenge. I got away and re-healed, got my shield back, and I was ready for the challenge. I was getting fought by everywhere, every side, and I even had a gold zombie with enchanted armor fight me. I finally got the diamonds that I wanted. I went and got more diamonds over time, but those were kind of boring. Sadly, when I came out the cave though, I was lost. Fortunately, on day 51 to 52, I made a new boat and strived to get back to my survival island. I came back with victory. This means I can get diamond armor and even prepare myself to go back into the nether to get ready to fight the ender dragon. Look at me, I'm a shiny boy. That night with my diamond armor, I just had a relaxing time and I decided to go feed my sheep. It was a long trip and I needed to breed them again. And also, make more babies. Yes. Day 53 to 56, I decided adding details to my house. I really wanted to go to the top floor, but I also decided, like how I said before, I wanted to get rid of that copper. It didn't really look nice, and it was going to molt to green anyway, so I decided to use amethyst. I also worked really hard on continuing my bridge. I wanted to go all across the island. I also wanted to make my armor stronger, so I became an enchanter. Day 57 to 62, I decided to go enchant my armor. I was going back into the nether, and I wanted to be prepared. After a few days of searching, I finally found the fortress. I had to go around though, since there's tons of hoglins and also piglins. The nether fortress was just covered in mobs, so I had to be careful. There were skeletons everywhere, including wither ones. I made sure to slay them so I could go through. I also spent a long time trying to get blazes. Since I was really cautious about my health, I had to be careful while doing this, even though I'm very bad at that. I did end up getting 5 blazes though, and that was about 10 eyes of ender, which is good for now, and if I really need more, I'll go back. I only had 3 hearts and I was out of food, so I had to make the right choice. Day 63 to 67, I kinda wanted to expand the base before I fought the ender dragon, so I thought, why don't I make a storage room? I decided to go with a simple cobblestone and wood template, but I also wanted to add some nice amethysts to the side. It added a really nice effect overall. This took a while since I was going through tons of designs and I had to scrap so many times, but fortunately I did end up finishing the chest house and it was looking nice. I just added some little features to the outside as well, but overall it looked good and it fit perfectly where it was on our island. 68 was a pretty simple day. I started it with getting some more food, like cooked cod. Although it isn't really relevant, I decided to go add tall grass to our island by using bone meal. I also did gravel patches just to make it stand out even more, and even if it was really simple, it was worth it. It really added an extra effect to the house and the vibe it was giving, so we can all say it passed the vibe check. Day 69 to 72, I'm not sure why, but I decided to go get ender pearls from a piglin instead of collecting them. I was a bit lazy, even though I had to spend days just getting gold from the nether. It was fine though, because we got 10 eyes and now we can make eyes of ender. Day 73 to 81 was getting prepared to fight the ender dragon. Also, a creeper tried to sneak up on me. That could have ended badly. After a while of preparing, it was time to leave. It was quite unfortunate since I just got settled into my island, but I knew it was time to challenge the ender dragon. This took days of searching. There's no land near me on the Acacia Islands. I ended up thinking I found mainland, but it just turned out to be a massive desert. It was so unfortunate, but that didn't stop me from finding the stronghold, and eventually after days I finally found it. It ended up being in a snow biome. This meant I had to go down and get ready to fight the dragon. While I was here, I also got some resources. I forgot to bring any and I might as well grab some so I can actually defend myself while fighting this dragon. My purpose, my destiny is to free the end. I need to go get some books in the libraries first because I won't be coming back after this. I ended up finding both libraries, both containing good enchantments like Frostwalker 2 and Channeling. Maybe I have to get a trident. Day 82 to 84 was finally me facing the fate of fighting the ender dragon. I placed all my eyes at ender. Thankfully I had enough. I didn't have to go back. And I decided to go in. We've made it to the end, but could this possibly be the end of our journey? I had to make sure that won't happen. I used my bow and arrow to shoot one of the end crystals, taking a lot of damage off the ender dragon. He wasn't worried though, he could heal up quick, so my main focus was taking out these crystals. It was the only way I could defeat him. I had to be careful. I even had to build up to some, being hit by the Ender Dragon multiple times but saving myself. I ended up taking a lot of the ink crystals and started firing shots on the top. He was unprepared, he didn't know what to do, and went down so I couldn't fire arrows at him. Fortunately though, I'm quite good with swords, so I went down and started taking hits at him, taking nearly half his health. At this time, I knew the Ender Dragon was furious, yet scared. He wanted to do everything to stop me from killing him. But it was getting close, and he was getting lower. I thought this could be finally the time I defeat the Ender Dragon. So he went down, and I take shots at him. But then suddenly, I get launched up. I saved myself with the water bucket. That could have been close. I could have lost everything. But I take my final shots at the Ender Dragon and kill him. Guys, we have done it. We've freed the end and slayed the Ender Dragon. You've got to appreciate, in 80 days, this is how far we've made it. I decided to go collect all that XP, getting tons of levels. I also grabbed the Ender Dragon egg, just in case we want to fight him again. Make sure, guys, you better subscribe for that, because that was a crazy Ender Dragon fight. Day 85 to 87 was pretty calm. We finally slayed the Ender Dragon, but is that the only boss remaining? Who knows? But after that, I strive for little goals. I really want to make an enchantment room, and it's pretty late into the game now. This was still my focus. I just went and made a nice wood and log style to it, because it just looks really nice with my island. I decided with all that iron I've been getting from the caves, I also made an anvil. This means I can use the books that I got from the library to enchant my loot. I also got tons of bookshelves, so I can get the best enchantments on my armor. Day 88 was a pretty amusing day actually. I got Frostwalker on my boots and I thought it'd be funny just to keep running around my island. I don't know why, when you have Frostwalker it's just so fun. I felt like Frozen at this point. I was just running around my island, and I should have probably put armor on due to the undead fighting me, but what are they gonna do? Chase after me? Actually, I'd rather not find out. For a second I was kind of worried if the ice stays here forever, but eventually went away. Day 89, I didn't really do much. I just enchanted my armor, but also talked to my Discord. So if you want to talk to me, it's in the description. But okay, don't get me started with day 19 and 98. I really wanted to get a trident since I had channeling, but I also really wanted to get Riptide on it as well. So I spent 8 days going to get tridents, and oh my god, it was so painful. When I got it, I was actually screaming, and I was determined to go get Riptide. But unfortunately I didn't, and I wasted most of my levels, in fact all of them, but it's fine because I ended up putting channeling on them and just hurt my sheep. The final days, day 99 to 100, I kind of prepared as I was going off for a while. I really wanted to find mainland. I was sadly losing hope, but then I found a snow biome. I just had my fingers crossed, hoping it was a village. And there was actually a village and land near me. I was so excited, I immediately ran over there as fast as I can. This is the first encounter I've had with a village since I've been stranded on that island. After finding the village, I finally got my hope back. I had a new destiny after surviving 100 days on an island.